Materials are different than products. Materials are your basically your raw ingredients into your mix. When you're making ready mix concrete, the materials app is launched from here. There's 4 tabs. These are your basic categories of materials. Um, each one has a slightly different set of parameters, but and again, this is an app that gets used during setup. Your system will ship with some default products. It's assumed that you're going to have some aggregate, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate. You're going to have 1 or 2 cements, some admixtures, and water. I mean, you just those are the necessities. One thing about, let's just go through these again. There's quite a bit of hover help related to what each of these fields means, so I won't get into it. But one thing you need to know is if you have a 3 or 4 bin plant, you can obviously have more than 3 or 4 aggregates. But the hardware is configured, and there's a certain amount of I/O points for certain gates and this and that. And so when you have some specialty aggregates that aren't always in a bin, then from the batch screen here, by clicking on here is where you can reassign these bins. So if you had 4 bins and you wanted to replace one of these with a different aggregate, you could do that. Okay, if you add an aggregate and you create a mix design with it and you try to batch with it and it's not assigned to some physical equipment, the computer has no idea how to batch it, so you'll get an error. Okay. One thing too I should mention, the software has learning capabilities for both pre-acts, those are the free falls, and jogs. This is your jogs table, and this is your free falls table, and there'll be a separate video for each of those, so I won't get into it now. Okay. Let's see. Weighed water, metered water is the standard, but there is an option available for weighed water. This system is set up for both right now, and I switch back and forth between them. But in most cases, you're going to have one or the other. But the default is metered water with a weighed water option. Okay. Admixtures too. There's a few things you'll need to know about those when setting those up, and one is the primary thing is just whether this is a dosed by 100 weight or not, or dosed by ounces. And the other thing is the equipment. This is something the admixture guy will help you with, but some of these are not going to count by 1. So let's just say physical equipment number 1 is a bottle. Air entrainment is assigned to it. Reservoir means it's a bottle, and then this is kind of like the counts per pulse conversion. So if you're counting by 4s or 8s or 16s, the admixture guy will let you know, and you can edit it there. Again, I'll get into this admix screen in a separate video, so I won't do it now. Okay. Once if you accidentally create a material and you don't want, you can delete it. But once that material is used in a mix design, you can't remove it. Okay, that's the material screen. Thanks for watching.